హలో గైస్, మీరు జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూకి ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారా? జావా, ఎస్క్యూఎల్ లాంటి కోర్సెస్ నేర్చుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారా? అయితే నా ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకొని పక్కనే ఉన్న బెల్ ఐకాన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి. నేను వీడియో పెట్టగానే మీకు నోటిఫికేషన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది.
So first thing is object. So object we already discussed. So if you have any class and if you want to use that class, we have to create an object. Otherwise, in that class, we cannot use methods or we cannot use the normal variables. We have to create the class. We have to create the class and then we have to create the object for that class. Then afterwards, we can use variables or methods. Whatever we want to use, we can use. So object means it's like a physical entity where it will have some behavior. For example, chair, table, bike, car. Because we saw class means it's a blueprint where in the paper we will write all the things. But in reality, how we will use, we will prepare a car and use. Same way, object means class means it's a collection of objects. Like it will be like a blueprint. You until and unless you create the object, you cannot use the class. So in class, we can define methods, variables, everything. But if you want to use that class, you have to create the object for that class. Otherwise, you cannot use that class. So inheritance. So inheritance means there are four concepts in OOPS. So one is inheritance, polymorphism, then abstraction, then up, abstraction and encapsulation. So these four concepts are there. So inheritance means, so these four concepts are very important. So each concepts you will get interview questions, or on whole they will ask what are the main pillars of Java, or what are the four concepts of OOPS. Like this they will ask in the interview. So you have to explain these four things. So first one is inheritance. Inheritance means when one object acquires all the properties or behaviors of another object. For example, we have one class. In that class, we have two methods. And there is another class. So class A, class B. So we have two classes. Now in the class A, there are two methods, right? If you want to use the two methods in class B, which means class B, we are not implementing those two methods. So class A, we will have those two methods. Still, we can use in class B. So that is called inheritance. So there is a parent class. This is like a child class. In parent, if you have some methods, and if you can use that in the child class, then that is called inheritance. So code reusability. So in parent class, you will be writing the methods. So you don't need to write those methods in the child class because already parent class wrote those methods. So you don't need to write that methods in the child class. You can use the same methods. So I will explain you how. So next concepts we will discuss each one by one. So in Java inheritance, there are two things: subclass and superclass. So I will explain you what is parent class and what is child class. So for example, we have one class here and we have one more class here. Now these two classes are independent. There is no connection between these two classes. But now in this class, we will have method 1. We will have method 2. Now here we will have method 3. Method 4. So these two are different classes. In this, we have two methods. In this also, we have two methods. But we cannot use this method in this class and we cannot use this method in this class because these two are different classes. Now, if you create this as a parent class and this as a child class, so there will be a relationship. How we can make a class as child, how we can make a class as parent, we will see in the real-time example while creating. So if this is a parent class and if this is child class, now child class will have an extra advantage. So since it's a child, in this already it has two methods. And along with this, it can use these two methods also because this is a parent, this is a child. say in real time scenario, you have one parent and child. Whatever parent has properties, say for example, he has one bike and one house. So those things child can use. Child will have that properties, but whatever child will have, parent won't have. This child will have these properties. Now method 3, method 4 is there. If we create child to this class, that third class will have access to these methods as well as these methods, because grandchild will have parents properties as well as grandparent properties. But parent don't have any access to child. Childs are childs only. So he won't have any. In real time also like that only, right? If child buys something, that whatever the access is there, it will go to his childs, not to his parents, until unless he give. So here also, if some parent has some methods, these access will have to child also. Parents can use it and as well as child also can use it. Along with that, child can use these two methods also. Same way will work in Java also. So parent class will be there, child class will be there. Whatever the properties are there in the child, you can use for this also. I will explain you one scenario where we don't have inheritance. Then I will explain a scenario with the inheritance, what is the benefit. Inheritance package I have created. In this, let's say I will create class A. So it has a main method, or don't create any main method, just class A. Then in this class A, I will create one method, public void. So print system print A, I will give. So now this is class A print method. I just gave one print statement saying whoever calls this method, this print will get executed. This is class A print method. Whoever calls this class A. Next, I am creating one more class, class B. This also I don't put any main method. Simply I am creating a class. Here also same, public void print B. This is different method. So here also I'll put the same kind of a print. 6. This is class B method. So I have created two classes. There is no connection between those two classes. Class A, we have one method. Class B, we have one method. Okay. So now, since there are two classes, now we will create one more here class for testing. So test class, just to run the main method, because we don't have any main method in this, right? So we cannot run. Now I will create the object for class A and I will create object for class B and call those methods. Class A equals to new class A. So we have created one, then A dot. So I can call only one method, print A method, because I cannot call print B because it is in class B. So to call that method, I need to create an object for class B equals to new class B. B dot print B. So this is how generally we will work, because class A is different class B is different class. There is no relation. So that's why I cannot use anything. Only if I create object for class A, I can call print A. If I create object for class B, I can call only print B because it has only one method. So I can call only that one method. And if I create object for class A, I can call only print A method because it has only that method. Now if I run this, so first one, it will get executed. This is class A print method. B also print B because this is class B. So this is normally how it will work. But in inheritance, when we make one class as parent, another class as child, then we discussed like from parent we can call that methods. We will see how that will work. Now, if I see this B, I can call only one method, print B. I cannot call the method in class A. Now, let's consider class A is a parent class B is a child class. Now, in parent class, we don't need to do anything. We will keep parent class like this only. But in the child class, we need to make this as a child class. So, what keyword we will use is extends keyword. Extends. This is the main important thing. If we give extends and some class name, class A. So with this, we are saying to Java that to the system, class B extends from class A, which means class A is parent, class B is child. So we are saying from class A, we are extending class B, means class A, we are extending class B. So class A is a parent here, class B is child. So now we will see how we can access. Now class A we have created. This is a parent class. So we can access only these methods. But now class B is a child class. We told class B can access class B methods as well as class A methods also, because parent methods also we can access, right? Now we will see. Earlier we were able to call only print B. Now we have created this one B dot. If I give print, I can see print A also. Why? Because we are extending from class A, right? So whatever there in the class A, class B also can now use it. So that's why when we created object for class B, still we are not able to call methods in class A because it is a child class of this one. So this is how the inheritance works. So now first it will call that method. This will be printed. This is normal. Here we are creating for class B, but still we are able to call class A method as well as class B methods. From both the classes, we are able to call everything. So this is a class B. This is a class A in our example. Class A this is, and this is class B. So now what we did, we are able to access class B methods as well as class A methods. So that's how the inheritance works. Now we took only one object, one method here. So like this, if we have 10 methods also, you can use these 10 methods. So what is the advantage of this? So why we need to create these objects? Why we need to do child classes? Why? Because let's say real time example, you have some scenario where see one class is there and there are some 100 classes where it has to write the same method. Account creation is there. So RBI is there. Main bank is RBI. Under RBI, we have so many banks, SBI, ICICI, all these things. Now, for every account, you have to create the account. All the accounts, all banks, you have to create the accounts. So you don't need to write code in all the classes, SBI class, ICICI block, all these things. So you can create the account in RBI class and you can make this as child classes. So in each class, you don't need to create the account. RBI class method you can use in SBI because it's a child class. So with that, you don't need to write the code again and again. So now whatever the code we have written in class print A method, you don't need to write in the print B because it is extending. So both it can use. If there is no relationship here, and if you want to write one more like print A method, if you want to write, you need to write again print A method. Then if you want to write again one more method, you need to write again. So for this, you don't need to write. Let's say it has one more example like public void print sum. So it has something int A, comma, int B. It is accepting two variables and printing that A plus B. So now, if there is no relationship between these two, and if I want to write some method here, again I need to write one more method if there is no relationship between these two. Since we have relationship between these two, since B is a child class, and we have written code in class A. Now we are created object for class B, but the sum method is in class A. Now if I call B dot print sum, I can use this method. So again, I don't need to write that sum method in the class B because it's already there in the class A and class B is child class of class A. So I don't need to write that method again. I can just use from that method, that class A. So if I run this, 60. So this method, did you write in class B? No, it was written in class A. But still, we are able to use with class B object because it is a child class. So you can acquire all the properties from a parent class. So that's why this is possible. Say, for example, if we don't have any extents here, and if it is not a child class, now can we access this method from this class? No, it is throwing error because there is no method in class B because there is no relationship. So with class B object, how can you access class A methods? You cannot access. So that's why it is throwing error. So if there is a relationship between these two, then there won't be any error. You can access both the class methods. So this is how the inheritance works. So this is a simple one. So when we are creating, we said this is the parent class and whatever extends this class, that class is a child class. So class B is a child class. We can call with different names also. Subclass, superclass. Super means main, parent. It will have subclass means child class. And the what is the keyword we used? Extends. Now, if you want to create one more child class to class A, then you can public class C extends class A. Like that, you can create one more child to class A. Or if you want to create child to class B, then you can create. Use the extend keyword. Extend keyword we will use. So extend parent class. So whatever we give after extend, it's a parent class. And whatever comes here, it is a child class. So simple, if you see, we have a normal class called employee where salary is 40,000. Class programmer extends employee. So programmer is a child class, employee is a parent class. In child class, they have created 1000 bonus. Now, if you create object to programmer, you can use salary as well as bonus. So if you put programmer salary 40,000 and this bonus equals to 10,000 because not only methods, we can use the variables also. So parent class, if we have some variables and child class have some variables, when we create objects for child class, you can use the variables in parent class as well as child class. So next, types of inheritance in Java. Now we saw how we can inherit or how we can extend parent class to child class. Now, what are the types in inheritance? So there are three types in inheritance: single level, multi-level, and hierarchical. So we will see each one what it is. So what is single level, what is multi-level, and what is hierarchical. So this is also very simple. Single level means just now we discussed. It will have one parent class and it will have only one child class. So there is no more child classes, only one parent, one child. How we created here? We created class A is the parent and class B is a child. So no more child classes. It's a single level, simple one. So there is a second one, multi-level. Multi-level means there is a parent class and it will have child class. And this child class will have another child class. So this is called multi-level. So now class A is there and class B extending class A, which means, so if you take here, so first we had parent class A, now we created class B. Class A. Class B. So whatever example we have created, this is class A and class B. This is a normal one. Now, in multi-level, what we are saying, we want to create one more class, which is child to this class B. So this scenario we have to create. So how we can do this? So we did till now class B extends class A. Now we have to create class C. So we will create a class C, class C, class A. So now we created class C, but we need to extend from which class? Class B, because class B extends class A. Class C extends class B because this is the child class, this is the parent class. So class C extends class B. So here what we did, first we created class A and we created class B. Class B became child class because we are extending from class A. Now we created class C and extending from class B. So class C will be like child class to class B as well as class A. So there is a relationship here. Class B is a child class of class A and class C is a child class of class B. It is like a grandparent, parent and child. Like this it will work. Now if you create one more class, you can create class D extends class C. If you are creating one class and if you want to extend from one class, you can give like this. But you cannot give class A. This is not allowed. So either you can give class B or class A, only one class. You cannot give two classes here. So in real time also it's not possible, right? So now you are extending from class C and in the class C you don't put any methods. Now we will see how this will work. Now instead of creating all these things, I will create class C object. C equals to new class C. Now I created object for class C. But do we have any methods in class C? No. But still we can access some methods. How? Because class C is child of class B, right? Now whatever there in the class B, you can access. And class B is parent class, child class of class A. So that also you can access. So if you see here, class C will use all the methods from class B. Not only class B, it can have from class A also because class B parent is class A and class B is class C parent. So just like in reality also, grandchild can have, say for example, grandparents has one house and parents has another house. Now the whatever the grandchildren you have, they can have this class B's that parent property also as well as their grandparents also. So that's why this. So for example, when you don't have this connection here, class B extending from class A, right? If you don't have this connection, then class C will have only access to class B. But still, since we have connection here between these two classes, so class C will have access to class B as well as class A. So like that in Java also it will work. So now in class C, we don't have any methods, but we created object, right? If I give C dot print, I am able to see three methods. One is from class B, two are from class A, because C is a child to those two classes, right? So that's why you can access all those things, even though you don't have anything in this class. See, we didn't write any code in class C. We just created class C, but we are able to access this method as well as this method because of the inheritance. So if I give the print A method, then C dot print B method, then C dot print sum. Well, sum you can have 100, 200, anything. Now if I run, even class C can access these things. So this is class A print method, this is class B method, this is 300. So that's how the multi-level will work. So it will have one parent, then it will have one child. And this child will have one more child class. And if you want to create one more child, you can create for class C. So class D extends class C. So in that scenario, it will have access to class C methods, class B methods, class A methods, not only methods, if it has variables, those also it will have. And if you extend one more class E extends class D. So it will be like 5 level, it will be there. Class A, class B, class C, class D, class C. Now we told class A is having class B and class C. But what if we have class A, class B, and instead of extending class C from class B, we can directly extend from class A. For example, one parent can have multiple childs. So parent A will be there, parent B will have child B, child C. So whatever you have in parent A, you can access in child B as well as child C. So it's like that. See, now earlier case, this parent has only one child. That is class A, class B. Here also this class A will have only one child and this child has another child. So it's like a parent, a grandparent, parent and child. But this is not that scenario. We have one parent and it has two childs. So there is no connection between these two because we are not extending anything here, right? There is only connection between class A, class B and class A, class C. So if we have class A some methods, you can access in class B. If you have some methods in class A, you can access in class C. But if you have methods in class B, you cannot access in class C. Right? One parent has two child. This child has some property, child has some property. These two can use parent properties. See, for example, there is one father, he has two sons. This son property is different, this son property is different. Theirs is different. For example, we have Ambani family. So Ambani's father's properties, both Anil Ambani can share, Mukesh Ambani can share. But Mukesh Ambani properties, Anil Ambani cannot take. Anil Ambani properties, Mukesh Ambani cannot take. Same way, this also works. This is hierarchical. So this, we will take one more scenario. So we have class A, class B is extending class A. We will create class D. So instead of now what we did, class A, class B extended from class C, class C extended from class B. If we extend from class C, it will be like multi-level, not the hierarchical. Now, instead of extending from this one, extends, we can extend from class A. So now what will become? So whatever we have here, now it will create one more class, not below, because we are not extending from class C. It will create somewhere here and it will be pointing to this because we are creating from class A. So this will be class D. So now there is no relationship between class D and class B, class D and class C. There is only relationship between class A and class C. Class D is the child class D is the child class, and class A is parent class. So that's it. So now class A is like it is having two childs. One is class D, another one is class B. And class B here has one more child, class C. But there is no difference between these two. Class D will have only properties of class A. So now if we create class D equals to new class D if we create. Now if you try to access D dot, so we create object for class D. Now we are trying to call methods. We can call only class A and class A methods. We cannot call all things because this is child, class D is child to class A. So this will have only access to this. There is no connection between these two, right? So it cannot access any method from class C, class B. So this is how the hierarchical works. So if you want to print A method, you can print. If you create any method in class D, you can call that method also. But you cannot call anything from the other classes. If there is a relationship, then only you can call, or else you cannot call. So this is a hierarchical. So only these scenarios possible, and apart from these scenarios, we cannot call anything. Either we can call from parent class. First is single level. So which means one parent will be there and one child will be there, and this child will be extending from that parent. How we saw class A and class B. Class B extends class A. That is simple level, single level. And in this single level, you don't create any child class to class B as well as class A. It will have only one parent, one child. This is a single level inheritance, very basic one. Now the next level is multi-level. Multi-level means it will have one parent and that parent will have one child and that child will have another child and that child can have another child. So same way it will be like one flow. There is no different flows. There will be one flow. Class B extends class A, then class C extends class B, then class D extends class C. So this way, if we go line by like one by one flow, then it is multi-level. Now there is a hierarchical. Class B extends class A. So class B is a child class of class A. And again, class C extend class A. So this is also same. So class C extending from class A. But it will be divided. It can have multiple childs. Now we will create one more child. Class E extends class A because one parent can have many childs. Any number of childs it can have. Whatever the methods are there in class A, class B can access, class C can access, class D can access. So RBI put some guidelines. So whatever the child SBI, ICICI, HDFC, all these childs has to follow these things. So you can use these things. So this way you can create hierarchical inherit. The parent will have a child, so these childs again will have a child. So like this, the hierarchy will work. So we will call it as hierarchical inheritance. This is multi-level inheritance. This is single inheritance. So general common interview question is what are the OOPS concepts? So four concepts we have to tell. So today we discussed about one of the concept, inheritance. So inheritance, what is inheritance? Inheritance means one object uses all the properties of parent object, right? We are using the same thing. Class B using all class A properties. So this example we can see. And what are the types of inheritance? There are three types of inheritance. Single level, where one child class will have only one parent method. Then multi-level. So what parent will have one child and the child will have one more. If you want, you can have one more child class. These are multi-level. Next one is hierarchical. Hierarchical means one parent can have multiple childs. So more than one child. If it has only one child, then it is a single level. If it has more than one child, then it is hierarchical. Simple.
This concept is
Ah. So if we compare this with real time, it is like easily understandable. So this is the main and core concept of Java. If you go to the real time project also, I will show you real time example after some days. Once these concepts are completed, there you will see this inheritance only. Every file in Java will be extending from some class. So there will be some code in that class we will be using for this child class. Then this will be extending by some other class. That class will be extended by some other class because you don't need to write the code and again and again. If you write some code in one class and if some class extends that, that code will have access to this class also. So the same way. So next one is multi-level inheritance. So this is not applicable in inheritance concept. Just like how we saw, right? You cannot create a class, two classes, child class from two classes. So the concept we saw, you cannot extend, either you can extend from class B or class C or some other class, but you cannot use comma class C. So this is not possible. So only you can extend from only one class. You cannot extend from some other class. So that is why multi-level inheritance is not allowed in Java. This question also will come. So multi-level is different. Multiple is different. So this is multi-level inheritance. So next one is multiple inheritance. So multiple is different, multi-level is different. Multi-level is parent will have child and child will have grandchild. That is multi-level. Multiple means when we try to create child class from multiple classes like class A, class C or class A. This is not allowed in Java. We can extend from only one class in inheritance. In inheritance, there are four concepts, right? In inheritance, we can extend from only one class. So this we need to remember. So Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. So Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. This we have to remember. So remaining single level, multi-level, hierarchical is easy and it won't support multiple inheritance. What is multiple inheritance? Extending from more than one class. So this is not allowed in inheritance. So these are the concept of inheritance and some examples we saw.